What's up, YouTube? Prof Sales coming at you tonight, and I've got a couple guests with me. We're going to have a show on a Saturday night, apparently, and this was impromptu, but we're going to have a call-in show. So we're going to let you guys run the show with your questions. You can leave us questions in the chat with typing the word question or typing a bunch of question marks in front of the question in the chat. Or if you want to come on the show, you can log on and you can send me a message on Facebook, and I will send you a link, and you can come on camera and mic with us. You need a camera, you need a microphone. But if you'd like to do that, send me a message on Facebook. I am watching my Facebook like a hawk. So anyway, but I got a couple guests here with me, so let's introduce them. So Chris, why don't you tell everybody who you are, and we'll go to Tino.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris, the thrift shop hustler. You might have seen me on YouTube and stuff like that. Been reselling for almost 30 years and collect hard goods and all that kind of fun stuff, and that's who I am. Welcome.
Nice. Tino.
All right, Tino, also known as Tino the Soul Advisor. You can follow me on Instagram. Some of you guys already do. But I sell shoes full-time. Me and my wife, we quit our jobs about 3 years ago, just selling shoes on eBay. So that's about it.
Very good. Very good. So, so we got some different experience here. We're going to have at least one, probably two more people. Oh, somebody's messaging me for the link, and I've already sent it to you, person texting me. You guys can probably figure out how that is, but, it's on. Let me.
You know what's funny, Tino? I think you rubbed off on Prof. Look at his background. He's just covered in shoes now.
That's funny.
He's like the shoe shrine.
I swear, shoes are very addicting.
They are. I cannot believe. Like I was telling Tino earlier today, I was on that part of that Facebook shoe group that based around the book him and Steve wrote. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't got that, check that out. It's really good. 101 killer shoe brands, right, Tino?
Yeah, men's brands.
Men's brands.
Yeah.
And yeah, that group is blowing up my Facebook feed. Like that is like 2/3 of my Facebook feed. Just people coming on asking questions about shoes. I mean, it is crazy. So be sure you guys check that out. I'm a terrible host. I did not put links in the description yet, but I can do that afterwards.
Prof, I have one question real quick.
Yeah.
What are the pool noodles for?
Oh, the pool. Oh, those?
Yeah.
Tino
the
probably knows
things.
what they're for.
I do know what they're for.
They are for boots. So when you take a photo of a boot, a lot of times it'll sort of flop over. And if you put those in, it'll stand up straight and take a nice photo.
Nice.
And there's some little ones we use too for like ankle boots too, because sometimes, or maybe just they'll be depressed. And it just takes a nicer photo when you put those in them. Pro tip, don't take a photo of the pool noodle because someone might want the pool noodle.
Pool noodle not included.
I am not subscribed. I didn't get my pool noodle.
and people will buy your auction just to call you out on that. They're like, oh, I need a full refund because I didn't get the pool noodle.
I know. Isn't that, somebody mentioned that and I was like, that can't be true. And I started thinking about it. It could be true.
No, I've had some really crazy buys where when I looked back at it, it looks like they were actually looking for something that they could get, a refund or something like that. That happens.
It's so important. You got to cover yourself when you're listing. Like I put in every single one of my listings, any props or anything used in the photo is not included. So, but you are right, Chris, man, they will take advantage. If you give them a window, they're going to crawl right through it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it is funny how that is. So we're letting the room fill up, guys. Already 47 people here. I just want to repeat for everybody who came in after I said this at the beginning. This is a show about you guys tonight. So we're going to do some Q&A. So if you have a question, type the word question, all caps, or 3 or 4 question marks in the chat. We'll do our best to answer it. Or if you really want to come on and be a momentary YouTube star, you can. So apparently my channel has this effect on people. But you can come on. Send me a link on Facebook, and if you send me a link, or send me a message, I can send you a link. And of course, you need a camera and you need a microphone so people can see you and hear you. And preferably lights would be nice of some sorts. We can actually have a chance to see who you are. But if you want to do that, go ahead and we will we'll get you on the show too.
Sounds good.
Somebody's asking why Chris is full screen. That's a great question. Am
I full? Is that me? Maybe it's on. Maybe it's my setting.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, you gotta turn on that. Is it present to everyone? No, it's not present to everyone. That's not what I want. Stop presenting. It should be me when the sound changes, and for some reason, it's not.
Oh, I see.
Oh, let's just stop. Okay. Not seeing Tino or Prof. I can't remember why this dumb thing. It's something in the settings. It does this sometimes. It's been a little while.
Yeah. It's Google Hangouts for you.
Let me see. Krillin says, "Thought you said call in. Doesn't that mean phone?" This is 2017, Krillin. Nobody uses a phone to actually call someone. Come on.
Hey, I thought people were gonna call in.
What am I supposed to call it? Like video in? Like?
Well, yeah. Don't give anyone your cell phone number or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, some people use they will use actually like a different phone number. Like there's ways I guess you can do that.
Sure.
Why is it still?
Yeah,
there we go.
Nice. Did it fix it?
Yes.
Good.
Awesome. Good job.
That would have been a horrible show seeing my ugly face for like the whole show.
Hey, this has happened once before where I got muted for almost an entire show and the guest. It did happen once. So there we go.
Karen's asking for the link.
Karen has the link, so I don't know what she's doing. Do any of you? We have a question here from Blue Ridge Finish. Do any of you use promotions on eBay? How about you guys?
We'll go Tino first for all the questions. How about that?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And what's it been like for you?
I like it. I really do. I'll switch it up. I'll do a, hey, there's Karen.
And Ben.
What's up?
All right.
So we're here. Look,
we're answering. Oh, who else we got there? Sorry.
Oh, wow.
She's at a party.
We're all here.
There's Tiffany. There's James. There's some other people that I don't know yet. But
oh, so this is Ben's friend, Cece.
Hi, nice to meet you.
It's you, cutie.
Oh, you're all. This is turning into like the dating game.
Oh my goodness.
We're answering a very serious question here, Karen.
Okay. What were you doing?
Tino, please talk about promoted listings.
Oh yeah, well, promoted listings, I use it as a merchandising standpoint. I'll usually do like 5% off on everything, across the board, or I'll do, if you buy 2 items, your second item will be 10% off. So I switch it up all the time. Every week I'll do a different promotion. So I think it works. I think it's worth it.
Right.
Yeah, and what's nice about the promoted listings is if you go through your whole list, you can actually see what the averages are for that particular brand, and you can adjust them accordingly. You can either adjust them individually, or you can just adjust them across the board. And I noticed for me personally, if I have niches that it's not oversaturated, it's good to do the promotions a little higher, and you'll get bumped up in the sponsored listings. And it basically puts your listing on the front page if it's not oversaturated.
Yeah, it's a great merchandising tool. I think it's great. Yeah, and I like how you can fine tune it, like what Chris just said. Yeah.
Oh, Casey's here now.
There's Casey.
All right.
We got the whole crew here tonight. What's up, Casey? Mr. Rockstar Flipper. He can't hear us.
Oh, this show is going.
Technology. Casey's muted, or we're muted. That's a good
Hello.
thing.
Test 1 2. You know what? We're testing the limits of Google Hangouts for sure.
Well, I've seen these with 8 people before, so we should be fine. Hey, Karen, Tiffany, is she still there too? I don't know if you can unmute for a second. And hey, Casey, what's up, buddy?
There he is.
Jason. Hey, I can see myself on the thing, but on the Google Hangout screen, I'm not showing up, which is kind of weird.
That's really weird.
Like it just shows a blank thing. I'm gonna jump out and jump right back on.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so can we talk now?
Please.
We can all hear it.
Okay. Okay, good, because we're here now.
Quick intro, because we're answering questions tonight.
Well, you asked if Tiffany was still here. There she is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I thought you were going to make a speech. I didn't know what was going on. Tiffany is our friend in South Carolina, and with James is there beside her. And they have a huge eBay store and apparently just opened a coffee shop today, or a grand opening, right?
Yep.
More, elaborate, anything really?
What happened?
We're trying to talk.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we had a big grand opening. Oh, it's like my voice in your face.
Yeah,
How was the grand opening?
How was the grand opening, Tiffany and James?
It was amazing. We're tired.
They've been making coffee since like 6 o'clock this morning.
Well, they probably should check on it. It's probably burnt by now.
Is your refrigerator running? You better go catch it.
Wait, is this the car and comedy hour? Did I sign up for?
You did.
It is always the car and comedy hour. But seriously, we just wanted to pop in and say, hey, we got to hit it back to Charlotte. And we just wanted to congratulate James and Tiffany and show our support and say hi to everybody.
Thank you.
Well done, guys. Congrats.
Congrats on a new business, new store opening. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So to give everyone at home a little context, Tiffany and James run about a 5,600 listing eBay store.
Wow.
And she's been on eBay for about 15, 16 years, but they've got some extra space in their building and they decided to diversify their revenue stream, realizing in their town, there is no coffee shop. So they opened one up and they had their grand opening day. I think they've been open for a week or two and they've been doing pretty well with it. So it'll be cool to see how that, always diversify your revenue, right? So Casey, my friend, sorry we didn't get to you earlier when you first jumped on, but Chris is here and Tino are here. I don't know if you've actually met these two guys or not.
I have not been officially on with Tino yet. I don't believe.
Oh, first time, Casey. It's good to meet you.
Great to meet you guys. Good to be here. Sorry I was late. I was doing a huge bulk purchase, and I just got it all home. So
What'd you buy? You mind sharing or no?
Yeah, absolutely. I bought 2,200 pieces of electronic store liquidations, brand new.
Wow.
And I paid 20 cents a piece, so it was very cheap.
Wow.
Yeah, 2,200 pieces, and I did not have my fiance here with the SUV, so I hauled it all in 2 trips in the in my car. So it was fun.
Man, that's awesome. How long do you think all that will take to list? And
I'll call you back next month and let you know how it's going. No, realistically, there's a lot of quantities of 10 and 15, and they're brand new in the packaging and UPCs. So hopefully we can knock out a couple hundred a day. Shouldn't take more than 2 weeks.
No Amazon FBA, Casey, on some of those?
Yes, some of those are going to end up in Amazon for sure.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so that's going to make it easy. So hopefully we can knock a few hundred out per day. So that's the
nice. Well, let's see what we were doing tonight, guys, is we were just giving everybody a chance to ask questions. Live Q&A. If somebody wants to come on live, they can send me a Facebook message. I'll send them the link. Of course, they have a cam and mic and lights of some sort.
All right, so hey, we're going to say goodbye.
All right. Thanks for stopping by.
All right.
Say
Calling
bye-bye.
in.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Say bye-bye.
See ya.
Have fun.
There was some other questions here that said, all right, the promotions we covered. Zena asked, did you get your 500 listed by July 6th? Was that for me, Zena? I'm not sure, but no, I did not. I don't think did I say that? No, I didn't say that. I'm pretty sure I said by the end of the year. That must be for somebody else.
Yeah, Jason,
I
you
was going to say, I don't think she's talking to me, but I tried to get to 500 last month and I couldn't do it because people kept buying stuff.
Dang it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Those stupid
That's a good
buyers
problem.
buying stuff and giving you money.
Wait, if you need, go online and tell your buyers to stop buying from you. And
Yeah, right.
Send them over, please.
Right. No, because I would literally get up to like 480, 490, and then someone would buy something, and then I couldn't do it.
Yeah, there's a plateau based on the number. I mean, you know what you list in a day times 30 days, less the number of items that you sell per day. You can figure out, where your plateau hits, where you're going to run out of listing power as opposed to selling power.
Right. That's so true.
And then you have to hire Karin.
Right. Yeah. I'm typing some questions, guys, in the chat feature. You probably
Okay.
saw them pop up. So I'm going to try to keep track of the questions. I am going back and getting them since we had intros and so on there for a moment. But there's a question here from Drummer. Can you use, or Drummer, can you use the promoted listings on used items? eBay promoted listings on used items.
Is that for anybody?
Yes.
Or
Yeah, whoever wants to take it.
Not many used items. I'm sure anybody who's not familiar with my store, 2,000 items, we have 1,950 used, and I barely have any that are eligible for promotions. They're primarily in the consumer electronics category. None of my used clothing is available for promotion. Brand new with tags is another story that falls more into it, but the used shoes that I have, they're not eligible for it. The cell phones do not fall under it. My iPods do, some of them, but my phones do not. I don't sell many phones, thank God, but they don't.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can check the category, and if you're not sure, just go to your promoted listings on your main page, and then when you click run a listing or run a promotion, on the left side, it'll show you all your items that are available.
Right.
Yeah, what's crazy for me is I can't do any quantity 1 promotions, but anything I have 2 or more, I can do promoted listings on.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't help me much with so many one-offs with jeans and shoes, but we were talking about promoted listings just earlier, and if we've had success with those. And Chris, did you answer on that? I can't remember. We got
the thing is, there's a lot of people. It brings a lot of eyes to your auction, so it definitely helps if you're in a niche. It'll bump you up to the top for sure. The first page, I should say.
Yeah, I've only done it with 2 items. It was the same item. I had a quantity of 2 of. It was a new water sensor. It was actually an Amazon item. I got sent back because it wasn't moving, and it sold pretty quick. I mean, it sold within, both of them sold within a week, and they were $100 plus items. So
that's incredible.
Yeah,
so
I was like, wow, it was worth it.
I know somebody in the Instagram community who I think watches both of our channels as well. She has about 600 pieces of clothing. She got into the beta for promotional listings through the Facebook group. She can promote her one-off clothing and shoes. She went from 3,000 gross in sales on eBay in April or May to when she got it. She doubled her sales, and her views were through the roof. Her items that were getting 50 and 100 views were getting 50 and 100 views in the first day.
Wow.
So it went tremendously well. So, and she's been using it since. I won't say who she is, but she's very lucky to have the promoted listings.
I think I know who you're talking about.
And I'm very, very jealous.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's to eBay's advantage to make it work. It doesn't make any sense for them to put out a product, say, oh, well, we're going to charge people a fee if it sells, and then it doesn't sell. So obviously they're pushing those items for sure. I mean, mine. Yeah. I mean, the impressions on some of those. I mean, I guess you could go and look in the impressions, right?
Right.
You could see how many more impressions items getting versus maybe sort of your average run-of-the-mill items. It's a little bit of work, but just if you had any doubt about it, I didn't really care. I put mine up, and within a week, both had sold. So I didn't even look at the impressions. I'm like, who cares? They're gone. So we had some other questions here too. Do you, Tino, this one might be more geared to use. Do you measure all of the shoes and/or list a size chart from the manufacturer?
No, I don't. I don't measure each shoe. I just put the size of the shoe on there, and then if it's like a European size, I'll go to the manufacturer's website and get the actual US size so I can post that. But no, I don't measure each shoe.
How do you tell men's from women's? Man, I had one today. I was just like, I think it's men's. I'm pretty sure. Like, it was a 9, and it didn't fit me because I wear like a 10.5, but it was just a little smaller. And I was like, I think it's men's, but I wasn't sure.
The best way to look at the UK size. If the UK size on the shoe is 1 number away from the US size, then it's a men's. If it's 2 numbers or more than 1.5 digits, or I guess numbers away from the US size, then you know it's women's. So there's more of a gap between a UK and a US size than it's women's. So,
oh, interesting.
If it's a half or a full size difference, then it's men's. So and then you just hope that the shoe actually has a UK size. If not, then you just have to try it on and figure it out.
I'm gonna need to get a refresher on this later tonight and the next day.
I was gonna say, like, a book, but it doesn't cover that, I don't think.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
That's kind of a very specific question. Yeah, I didn't know that either till he said that, and I'm like, I just look at it and say, does that look like a men's shoe or a women's shoe?
I do this. I hold it up to Kate and I'm like, do I wear this or do you wear that?
I'm telling you, some shoes are really tricky. You don't know if they're men's or women's. Yeah.
No,
that's funny.
Especially when they're just like loafers and they're kind of,
right.
You know, like this was like loafer driving shoes, and I'm like,
yeah, it could go either way.
Shoe. I don't know. This could be anybody's.
Yeah. Tino, you just had 2 people say that you need a video on this, so there you go, buddy.
Okay, I'm writing it down. So
yeah, those little tips like that are awesome video topics because there's stuff that every person selling shoes run into on a consistent basis.
Yeah, and that was a challenge when we first started out, and it's still a challenge today if they don't list the UK size. It's tough.
Yeah, somebody said some of the shoes are unisex too, which just throws a whole nother wrench in the works. I mean, I feel like I can sort of figure out jeans, but man, this shoe.
Yeah.
I've gotten better about jeans because of Jason. Like literally, I can't even tell you. I was the worst. So
wow.
So yeah, it's funny. Even Karen's son Ben, I think, has even talked about actually wearing jeans now occasionally.
Oh wow. Well, here's a follow-up to that. What do you guys think about shoes in the fourth quarter? Somebody asked a question about fourth quarter. Let's talk about shoes specifically for fourth quarter because I'm buying more shoes now. So what do you guys think about that? Tino, your experience, or Jason, I don't know if you sold shoes last year.
I did not really, so I'm not the best one.
Fourth quarter is super strong. I would actually say the first quarter is my strongest. But fourth quarter is the runner-up. So yeah, fourth quarter, absolutely. I don't take a vacation time during that time. I just list like crazy. So
listing back to the old adage.
How big a difference is fourth quarter from, say, right now? I guess we're technically in
slow quarter.
Slow quarter.
Yeah, slow quarter.
No quarter, more like a nickel or a dime.
It's a night and day difference. Night and day difference. Yeah.
Thank goodness. So is it during Christmas time, it's still used shoes are doing just as good? I mean, obviously brand new is gifts, but used still?
Right. Yeah. And that's where, when I first started selling shoes, I didn't know that. I was thinking there's no way it's going to bump up. But I think people are just in the buying mood.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, used shoes will sell during Christmas time. It's crazy.
That's incredible.
But yeah.
Do you sell kids' shoes, Tino? I don't think you do you?
No, I don't. I tried here and there. I tried to throw it in the mix, and I ended up donating them all.
Just no money in it.
Yeah.
I mean, kids go through them so quick. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
So how have your sales been, Chris? We haven't heard from you. We know us three are kind of like, but you sell a little different than us.
Yeah. No, I do fairly well throughout the year. I don't sell clothes or shoes or anything like that because I just don't have the time to learn all the stuff. So, and I do it part-time. So, you know, a lot of my main staple has been DVDs and video games and all that kind of stuff. So shoes and all that kind of stuff, I stay clear of for now. Just for me, it's a time thing.
But is your year kind of, you know, steady, or do you have this dip?
No. My sale, I do this part-time, and it's pretty much steady all the way through the whole year.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Nice. It's, you know,
but also it's just being lucky and selling the stuff that people want to buy. You know, like people always want to buy video games, people always want to buy DVDs, people always want to buy entertainment, electronics, and that kind of, even collectibles, you know, stuff like that throughout the whole year. So
we have another question here. I'm not sure who this person is. And says, has anyone else here purchased box clothing from Emma? I'm not sure who Emma is, but somebody purchased box clothing from Emma? I don't even know who that is.
No.
Sorry. I have no idea who Emma is.
Emma, I can comment on it, but I'll keep it just straight to the thing. Emma is a seller on Instagram that has sold wholesale box clothing. That's just the facts.
Oh, okay.
Zero experience in it, so I'll just leave that.
Got it. Okay. Sorry, we can't help you on that one. Maybe somebody else can. Let's go ahead.
So, I'm sorry. I just was seeing Aaron's question a little scrolled up that Jason put in our messages earlier about fourth quarter in general. I mentioned the shoes because we were on the shoe topic, but I think she's just become a new full-time reseller. So looking for kind of our advice, I guess, or just a general look on fourth quarter, considering we've only got 3 months left to prepare for it. So, Jason, head of the class, let's let you handle that first.
Which one? What am I handling? The fourth quarter?
So
one?
yeah, she's a new reseller full time, and it'll be her first fourth quarter. It sounds like. So, general thoughts, advice, help her.
Yeah, I mean, it really becomes a time to become nimble and be prepared now, because even though this is a slow time and maybe you don't have a lot of capital to source things right now, and maybe you don't feel like listening to a lot of things right now because things aren't selling. This is kind of the time to get prepared, because when you're in late October. Whoa, that's weird.
Toys and games, toys and games, toys and games, toys and games.
Did Jason go mute?
Yeah, he did.
You're muted, Jason.
Jason, you're out.
Yeah, I don't know why I got muted there.
Oh, okay, good.
There you go. You're back.
I started echoing.
Oh.
I think it's fixed now, hopefully. I don't know.
I don't hear it.
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay. I think what Jason, before he got muted, he was talking about it, not waiting till the last minute to get prepared for fourth quarter. Like, don't wait till October, November to start getting your button gear, because by then people are already buying, and by the time you buy stuff, source it, get it listed, get to selling, you're already missing out on several weeks.
Yeah, you missed the boat. Yeah.
So Thomas just said he wants a 2,000 item store by fourth quarter. Thomas, I have 2,000 items. It's no fun. Just saying.
Casey, I can imagine what your Mondays are like, your shipping Mondays.
About 100 packages. Yeah. 90. I think we had 89 last Monday. So
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just printed labels from, yesterday afternoon until today. And I just printed 31 or 32. I still got some in pending, but we had 6 auctions in yesterday, which I've been doing more of, and just changing things up, and sales have actually finally picked up. Finally this week.
That's great.
So
that's great.
Hope I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
You there?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Thumbs up.
It was really weird. I think what happened is the video underneath started playing, where I have the page up, because I pulled the chat up, and
you can do the pop-out chat.
I did, but it was underneath it. And I think I just happened to click just perfectly and started it playing, and it's 30 seconds delayed, and that's why whatever. Anyway, yeah, get all your stuff ready now. That's what I was trying to say.
Drummer mentioned also to stock up on supplies, and they just sent out the third quarter coupons, so you should have had that in your messages as well.
Yeah, and that's a good point too, because that's a good way to save a few bucks. You don't have to buy bags or tape or whatever you want to get. I mean,
yeah. What do you guys usually get? I usually get boxes.
I get bags, believe it or not, because most of my stuff will ship shipping those that are like first class.
Right.
And I think it looks cool when it comes and it says it's from eBay, and it has I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
And tape and all that, I'm kind of fixed for that. I don't really use that much tape anyway. Everything's self-adhesive, and so I get the bags on it.
I'm with him. I get poly. I usually use my $50 one for like 1 poly bag order and 1 bubble bag mailer. So
okay, I usually get the tape and then the large box for the boots, because I can't find the large box for the post office. I can't fit boots in there. So it's the 16 by 12 by 8, I believe it is.
16, 12, 8, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so I get that box, yeah.
And how much are those for how many?
I don't have a photographic memory. I don't remember that.
Come on, Tino.
I'll usually order 50 at a time. There was one time where I ordered 75 at one time, but for the most part, I'll just order 50 at every quarter. And then the remaining, I'll just get tape, and then I usually end up having to pay a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Hey guys, well, we've got about 95 people watching, so thank you all for that. Please hit the like button if you wouldn't mind. Doesn't take but a second. We do appreciate it. And leave us if you've got a question specifically. We got a panel of 4 people here with different experience, different sellers. We sell different things.
Yeah, so don't ask a shoe question.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, so Sorry, I got the shoe.
Just
I should do this upstairs in the jean room. You know, I should do that one
Oh
night.
my lord, the jean room.
The jean room. Luke has seen the jean room, by the way. He saw it last weekend. So.
Oh, Luke. Yeah, where's Luke at? Is he asleep?
No, he's in New York. He's actually.
Oh, that's right.
He's at a basketball tournament or something like that.
The only guy on eBay that flies to New York to play basketball. Like we're flying around the country to go to conferences and eBay Open and this. I'm going to New York to play basketball. Well,
he is coming. He is coming with Austin. Coming with me to Austin next week.
That's right.
I'm there Thursday. So.
I'm on 6 planes in like 8 days. I want to come to Austin so bad, and I can't.
Yeah.
What day are you guys? What day are you guys going?
I'll be there Wednesday, and Tino's actually my ride from the airport. He's my Uber.
Oh,
so my tuber. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Kind of does. Kind of does. Yeah. So we'll be there when Luke is coming in, I think, Thursday.
Yeah.
Right.
Tino, Thomas says, go to your local moving company, ask specifically for used book cartons to ship boots in.
Okay. Okay.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I see people sourcing free books all the time from or free boxes all the time.
Yeah. You know that Nextdoor app? I don't know if anybody's ever used Nextdoor, but that app. Yeah. But it's connected to all your, local neighborhoods. I think I got like 10,000 neighbors connected to my app. And
really?
Yeah, man, I get so much free stuff.
What is that? Is it like a free stuff app?
Yeah, well, you just put it out there, just like, hey guys, I'm looking for boxes, and then you'll probably have 2 or 3 neighbors say, yes, I've got a crap load of boxes. Come by, pick it up. So most of that feed is like, hey, my dog is lost. Keep an eye out for my dog. So you have to filter through all that kind of stuff.
Free dog.
Yeah. But if you're looking for something, and you could just get stuff. People throw some stuff out for sale on there. So it's called Nextdoor. It's very helpful.
I'll have to look that up.
Here's an interesting question. It wasn't really a question. It was from Thomas, and he's probably only half serious because I know Thomas from my channel.
Yeah.
But he says, I want a 2,000 item store by 4th quarter. Any tips there, guys?
Yeah, Thomas needs to stop spending time on our chats and get to the listing. I actually know Thomas locally. He was at my meetup. He lives not far from me. He lives just down the road. And yeah, Thomas, stop going to lunch and hanging out with us, and you could probably get some more listed. It's just a thought. No, Thomas. Thomas, I'm prepping for 4th quarter, so I'm the epitome of like practice what I preach. I literally, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but I just pulled these in from the garage, and so
shoe boxes for boots. Oh, no.
Yeah. Hey, Tino, you need some boxes? So like I'm targeting more bulk purchases. Like instead of going out thrifting for individual items, which I do all the time anyways, I'm trying to buy things in quantity as much as I can. Like I'm literally contacting people on Craigslist and Facebook and groups and wherever I can. Like, hey, we're trying to sell my college daughter's entire bag full of clothes. Or all of our shoes, all of my husband's work boots. Like I don't want to just buy 1 or 2 at a time. Not right now when you're stocking for 4th. I want to buy stuff in big quantities. And I've put, even though I haven't had good sales and the cash flow is down, I'm putting the money, sowing the seeds for the next 90 days. So that's just if you're trying to prep for 4th quarter, that's my best advice. So
yeah.
What about you, Chris? Are you trying to? I don't know if you're trying to scale up your store or not. I'm not sure since we last talked.
Not really. Like I said, I do this for a hobby. This is like fun for me, and it's basically part-time. I have a full-time job. I work in the movie industry, so I don't have much time to even be dedicated to eBay. So I try to keep it fun. I try to list what I can. I go to thrift shops and, look for different collectibles and stuff like that. So I don't do this full-time, so I don't stress myself out with that.
Weren't you in that movie with... No,
I
know.
You want to hear the saddest story? I was supposed to be in Sandlot. I was supposed to be in Sandlot. I did I was supposed to be Check out this story. So they gave me the script. Everything was good, and I went to the final director's audition, and I think I was like 11 or 12 at the time, and I totally I didn't want to do it. My mom was kind of, oh, you should try to do this, and so I totally just flunked my whole thing. I didn't study my lines. I didn't do anything. I just wanted to play Nintendo and hang out with my friends. And to this day, so they didn't fire me, but they went with another actor, and so
they canned him.
Yeah, so to this day, and I've never really told this story too much, but to this day, every time Sandlot is brought up, it just really hits oh man.
That is like top 10 favorite vintage movies for me. Like,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. No, it's a cult classic. Everyone loves it, and like I said, to
So-
this day, it's one of the biggest regrets I've had in my life.
So if you really want to tweet Chris, make the name Sandlot Thrifter on Instagram and start following him.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
We could be talking to a famous actor right now, but he flunked.
Right.
He got canned.
You know what's crazy is like when I brought this story up to my wife, she was just saying like, you know, maybe it was a good thing. Maybe I'd be like a drug addict, crazy dead actor somewhere. So everything happens for a reason.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
That's true. You never know how life
Wait,
works.
is that what happened to the kid, right? The baseball playing kid?
Yeah, I think some of them actually are in jail. It was. I don't think. I'm trying to think if anyone actually had good careers after that.
Wow.
Yeah, the little chubby kid, the one
Yeah, the catcher.
the bigger kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyways.
man. Top 10 favorite movies and you weren't in it. God,
That's
Oh,
great.
man.
That's
I
a great
got I got crazy stories like that are just like regret after regret after regret. It's like story of my life.
The regretful.
Hey,
The regretful.
so Jason, in a couple of years, he'll add you to that list.
Oh, that Jason guy. He gave me my start.
And then after YouTube, it all went downhill. I got on drugs and I went to prison. And
Regret.
And then I started, and Tino made me buy shoes, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
I'm buying it by the caseload because Casey said it was a good idea.
Whoa.
Oh, that story went somewhere weird. All right,
Yeah.
serious question here. Come on, let's reel it in here, people.
Okay.
What item have any of you sold in bad condition only because it was vintage? Ooh. Sold in bad condition because it was vintage.
That's a good question.
I've got two that come to mind right away.
I've got one.
One was an old school first baseman's mitt from like the 30s, 40s was the estimated time, and it had, you know, where it was coming apart at the things, and we did the best we could with it, and I listed it as such, and the guy that bought it is the guy that actually professionally could put those back together. And so I think I sold it for $30 or $40. I bought it for like 50 cents at a garage sale. And the guy that bought it from me was like, yeah, I can restore this. And he did. And he sent me pictures of it. It was very cool. And so I remember buying that because I just took a shot at it. I'm like, somebody will still want it. The other one was one of my biggest stories. I bought a 1920s fire truck bell off the front of a fire truck. And it was tarnished. It was dinged up and dented. I paid $60 for it. We sold it for $900.
Wow.
And it cost $100 to ship. Don't get me wrong, but we still made good money. It weighed 68 pounds, if I remember. It took two of us.
Wow.
Yeah, we put it inside of a big box, inside of another big box. The final box we used was one of those steam cleaner boxes.
Yeah.
And so but we that thing was all dented, dinged, and they bought it. It's in a fire truck museum, last I heard, in Massachusetts. So.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, they paid $900 the same day. I listed it way too cheap, apparently.
Wow. Well, I came across when I first started selling on eBay. I found this huge lot of lighters, and I probably bought more than 400 lighters. This guy was selling them for $2 a piece. And when I got them home, I was just putting the ones that I was going to sell individually in this pile, and then the ones that were just kind of like crap, I would put them together as a bulk. You know, and there's this one lighter I was going to put it in bulk because I couldn't even see what was on it. I could tell there was a battleship on it, but I didn't know it was so rusted. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and throw it individually. I started off at 99 cents. And that's what I started all my listings at. And it ended up selling for $96. So.
Yeah, I sold used underwear one time and got like
Wait, were you modeling it?
$5 million for it.
I've got the perfect title. Almost worn on the set of the Sandlot.
No, just kidding. I've sold pedal cars. I used to deal in pedal cars a long time ago, and you can't believe some of the prices people will pay for some of the vintage ones. Like Casey says, like there's a whole niche of people that love to restore vintage tin, metal, all that kind of stuff. So pedal cars was for me.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I don't have anything. I really don't.
Wait, is it ironic that the oldest guy here doesn't have anything?
No, you know what? I think I'm the oldest guy here. Wait,
do we all put that as public information or no?
I don't know.
Yes, I'm actually 86 years old. In all seriousness, I really don't sell that much vintagey type things. I mean, I've probably anything that's in bad condition. I really can't think of anything coming to mind. Like I was thinking while you guys were talking, I'm like, I really can't think of it. I probably have.
That just means Jason's a better sourcer than all of us, and we got lucky.
I don't call it vintage. I call it from my childhood.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I told you guys Jason was the oldest one here. I'm gonna cut the show for a second. Steve Raiken just came in the chat, and appreciate you, Steve. I saw him shoot a super chat over to Jason. So thanks, Steve. Appreciate you being here, buddy.
Very much appreciated. I will split that between all four of us.
Can we give a shout out to Tino's book also? Can we give that a little plug too?
Yeah.
Tino, you have a book out.
Yeah, me and Steve. Yeah, me and Steve, we put this book together, and it's 101 killer men's shoe brands, and it's more like a guide, So it has a picture of the actual tag of what the model is, to where you kind of have a visual of what you're looking for when you're out, when you're out sourcing. And then we also put some other things in there, like the level of difficulty to find, to where if you never run across this brand, look at if it's a hard item to find, it's not your fault. It's a hard item to find, So, and then a price range of what it would sell for. So we put all this together, and whoever gets this guide is also included in a closed Facebook group, and you're just surrounded by a bunch of shoe sellers. And I'm telling you right now, that Facebook group is going like crazy right now. So, Jason, you're in it, so it's going crazy.
I can honestly say, guys, Tino and I have talked a lot behind the scenes, and when I started reading that guide, the book, I went, he's been holding out on me. Where have all these brands been? No, in all seriousness, I could not believe how many brands you had mentioned. And then Karen was looking at it too, and she's like, oh, wait, I've seen that when I put it down. I've seen that when I put it down. I went, what are we doing here? What are we doing? So there's a lot of great information there, guys. So check that out. I can leave links after. I didn't have them in the description when we started, but I'll leave links to that as well as to Chris and Casey's YouTube channels as well.
Yeah,
so,
Prof, when are we going to see a jeans guide?
You never know.
The top 50 greatest jean brands.
You never know.
That's awesome. Well, I would be a part of that one because I'm pathetic at jeans.
You can write the forward.
The day I literally, how you have those aha days where you buy something and like that you were never good at, and then you're like, all right, I can do this. The same exact day, this was, and Jason will have to remind me, maybe 6 months ago, he went to the store and he found a fake pair of, was it Nudie Cone jeans or the 7 for All Mankind?
I think it was 7 for All Mankind.
7, whatever, I think it was 7 as well. And it was fake jeans. And I'm like, nope, we're not doing this. I went home. I'm like, we're done. No more jeans. I was so like discouraged. I'm like, this is going to happen to me like every day now. It was like a sign. I'm like, nope. Forget it.
Come on, you know better than that.
I'm like, if he's going to the store and finding fake ones, I'm going to go to the store and find all fake.
That's the first and only 7 for All Mankind fakes I've ever found, and they were just so bad.
They were bad. I knew them from your video, and you know how hard it is to tell photos and video. Yeah, I could tell those were terrible right when you were holding them up.
They were bad. They even had a tag on them that said, "These are not fake."
He's not making that up.
I went, what?
Wow.
Well, while we're on that topic, somebody questioned. I didn't see who it was. I think Kelly. What's your worst buy? Your accident? Your mistake? Your oops? I need a second for that.
I haven't made a bad one. What are you talking about,
Tino?
I come across them quite a bit, but I fly through these thrift stores, and there are sometimes where there is the shoe's not connected to the sole at some point. So, I mean, that's some things I have to look at, just little tiny, you really have to go through it and slow down and pay attention to what you're picking, because you'll get home and you're like, how did I not see that in the store? Okay, it just jogged my memory. I actually found a pair of shoes. Well, they weren't actually a pair because they were 2 different sizes. And not only were they 2 different sizes, they were both left shoes. And it's like, how did I not see that when I'm out thrifting? But I brought it home, and oops. Yeah.
see, even the professional shoe guy has bad day, everyone. So
Absolutely, it's gonna hit you. Don't get discouraged. Just keep on moving and learn from that. And I learned from it.
I think our worst one, it wasn't horrible because we didn't spend that much. We only spent probably maybe $5 or $6, but it was a pair of Robin jeans. And
oh wow, those are high end.
Yeah, they are high end, and we've actually never found one. That's the only one we found, but it was not legitimate. So
now you know why you found it.
Yeah, I was like, we started, but it was like a good fake. You know, it was not even. It was like so good that if we would have sold it, 99% sure there would have been no problem.
Wait, when you were in the store buying it, were you inspecting it really good, or was it a quick buy?
Oh no, this was one of those. Oh my God, Robin, we found them. Put in the cart. You know, it was not even. I mean, and it was, and I should have known better because, you know, I didn't really know how to inspect Robin jeans because I never run across them. So it wasn't like I knew what to look for. And then I got home and found a guide and I went, oh man, really? And it was things that you wouldn't normally think of. So, you know, it was easy to do.
Wow, look at that super chat, guys.
Whoa.
Flipper Joe.
Flipper Joe.
Man, thank you, sir. That is awesome. Really much appreciated. Glad we could bring some value for you tonight and you could contribute. I really love that. And I know these guys are, you know, they just jumped on. Just to give full disclosure here, none of these guys even knew I was going to contact them. I didn't either. I was like, hey, I want to do a show, but I don't want to do it alone. So let me reach out. They all said yes. So
you know what? That happens though between all of us, because I'm sure a lot of people know this, but we all do talk behind the scenes and share information, which you all should be doing with anybody that you connect with. And it's true. Jason just literally hit us up a couple hours. I was out making this purchase, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll make it home. I'll be there." So and we loved it. I love spontaneous shows. They're fun.
Yeah.
So my biggest regret, real quick, is I bought like 50 eyeliners last year because they were $1 each, and so there was a whole box of them, and I scanned it on Amazon app, which you know how that goes, and they were going for like $15 each. So I thought I hit the gold mine. I got home, and then I realized, for one, I'm gated in beauty and makeup, which I was new and I didn't know crap about that. So then when I tried to put them on eBay, no one was buying them for even like $5 each. So I basically, I mean, it's not that bad of a loss, but it's something that, you know, I definitely learned about looking at different places before I purchase something in bulk.
Sure. Yeah.
I bought fake Pokemon games, which are hugely fake before I knew it.
Pokemon cards or
no games? The little Game Boy Advanced and Game Boy. Games are really highly faked. I bought a bunch of those. I probably wasted 60 or 80 bucks on those.
What was it? The labels that gave them away, or were the labels really good?
The labels were really good. So a lot of those fakes, they'll have like really pixelated words, or like the words. I've seen ones with the word spelled wrong, or like it's a word that's like the word Google, but it's separated into 2 words. So like, you know that it's messed up, but it's really bad. Yeah. But these ones were really good. And what gave it away, one is they all have batteries in them that look like watch batteries. That's how the game saved. They had those. So when I opened them up, on the inside, it's supposed to say the letters Nintendo on the gold things. It didn't say the word Nintendo.
Well, I got a question. When you put it in your Game Boy, did it play Atari's ET, or was it like
it played Pokemon? It played Pokemon. It played the real game, and it saved and everything. It was just, they were fake. Yeah. And so I ended up contacting a guy who gave me like $20 because he knew they were fake. And I was like, here, do what you want with them. Like,
yeah, because I mean, some people just want to play the game. So that's actually kind of cool.
Right. Yeah. So, but I learned quick how to tell those ones.
Yeah, I heard see, the thing is, I used to collect Nintendo games and all that stuff in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I used to have a huge collection, and the technology wasn't up to spec yet. Now technology is so there where you can pretty much print these professional things in your house. Before you weren't able to do that, and now, you know, there's a lot of people making repo labels and all kinds of stuff like that.
Like Little Samson? Yeah,
Little Samson, Felix the Cat, Flintstones.
He's talking about original NES games that are $1,000 on the resale market, and they're reproing the game actually plays. It's actually a type of the game. They've reproduced the card that's in it, and then they toss a fake label on it. So you have to be careful on it.
Wow. So true story. One of my favorite Goodwills here in Charlotte, about 3 years ago, this story came up on ESPN. Somebody found in the display case there one of the Nintendo Stadium games. From the original Nintendo Stadium.
Yeah, I know who he was. He's a YouTuber, right?
I don't know. Well, I think it had a woman's. Well, it might have been a couple they mentioned, but they didn't. I don't remember if they mentioned his name, but you know, they had it on sale for like $10. and it sells for like tens of thousands.
10,000.
Yeah, well,
crazy.
there's a guy who actually owns a case of those sealed and hasn't yet to release those yet to the general public.
So crazy.
How did he get those? Does anyone know? That's crazy how people have that stuff hidden.
I heard that he used to, I don't know if he like owned like a video game store or something like that, but or he was a manager of something and had a bunch of back stock and just had it in it for years.
He's got like one of the buried games they had out there in the desert or whatever when they buried them.
That's
but he literally has 100 grand sitting in one box.
Yeah, pretty much. They go for anywhere between 30 and 40 grand sealed.
Yeah, and it's what, four of them or 6 of them or whatever.
6 of them. I think 6 to a case. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and he's got cases of like all kinds of stuff too, not just not just
that. Yeah. I saw that story on what's his face on Pat the NES Punk YouTube channel.
Yeah, that guy's a great source for video game stuff for sure.
So you guys are getting a video game education over there.
I was gonna say Avalos knows some games. Man.
Yeah, we could talk video games all day long, man, for sure.
Or button down shirt. Oh. Geez.
Yeah, I think they're talking about in the listing.
The title.
Yeah, the title. Do you put button down or button front? That's an interesting question.
Or button up.
Or button up.
Button up because it gives me more characters.
Smart.
What do people consider that shirt? Do you consider it a button down, a button up, button front?
We had this argument and in-house argument, and when we do a search on eBay, majority of them are button front.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Any reason why, or just
don't know? That's what they show under solds. A majority of the solds are fronts, and if I looked at the button downs, I kid you not, they always sold for less. Always.
Wow.
I know, which until my eBay education, I always called them a button down.
Same here.
But when you think about it, somebody educated me on this. How do you button them? You button them up, right? Or do you put your shirts on and then button them down?
God, that's a great question.
I have no clue.
You know why they're on the right though, right versus the left.
Oh wait, I button down. Am I dyslexic or something?
Do you know that?
Men's and women's buttons, yeah. But I button up.
Yeah.
I always put my shirts like I put my arms in and then I start buttoning until I get to the top. Maybe I'm messed up.
When you see period pieces though, where the women are getting help with their buttons, since that's why they were on the left because it was right-handed people, I think they're usually starting from the top. And I don't know if that's what they really did back hundreds of years ago.
Did you just call me a woman?
I think so.
So it looks like I'm losing because everyone in the chat's saying button down.
It's funny. I used to call it button front, but then when I started selling, I was like, whatever, button down.
I have always called it button down.
Isn't that the drop down suggestion in the listing specifics too? Doesn't it say button down? I think.
Does it?
I can't remember. Maybe not.
If it says it in the drop downs, then I'm totally wrong.
Well, no, it's still, who knows? I mean,
wow.
All right,
well, Casey, you could put a custom field just for your button up.
Yeah, can I submit that to eBay to get my own custom drop down?
Yeah, talk to McGriff or whatever.
Right? Oh, in Vegas? Yeah, right.
Yeah. Kelly asked, ever had a run-in? There's a bunch of questions that came in. Kelly asked, ever had a run-in with stolen merchandise? I did with socks. It was a mess.
Stolen socks?
Socks? Oh, is there a serial number on socks or something?
There's an APB. We got some socks missing.
What?
Jason was trying to join the other section of eBay, I think.
Whoa, back up.
It was Kelly.
We got to hear this story. What?
Yeah, tell us about stolen socks, please.
Yeah, Kelly, can you elaborate on how...
I thought that was your story, Prof.
No, it's Kelly McNutt.
Oh, I thought it was...
No, it's a question in the chat. Read the chat.
Were they like prison socks where like you only get one pair?
They were orange.
This had to be a box that fell out of the box. This had to be a box that fell off the back of the Nike truck or something with like the high performance Nike socks.
It fell off a truck.
And she just
Swiftwick socks. She said, "What are Swiftwick?" I'm not sure what that's like. Wicking
Swiftwick. Hold on, I'm gonna have to go gadget Google. Hang on, Swiftwick.
Hey, Casey just found a new niche, right now.
Hey, Info Break says it says button front in the drop down.
Oh, Jason for the winner.
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. If your point is right though, Casey, and button down sold better, you should use that. I mean, let's be clear.
I always do button. downs. New Vision American Spirit. So these Swiftwick are like performance socks.
Oh, okay.
And they're expensive. They're like $10 to $15 a pair.
Oh, so maybe
Okay.
they were Brady. What does it get? The Brady from Super Bowl. Someone stole his socks too, and
Maybe.
Tom Brady socks.
Prison socks.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, Rally Roots, Ryan and Allie had a video about meeting somebody at my local mall. They live down the street from me. He had bought some merchandise from a not shady person, legitimate, had all the stuff, and it turned out it was stolen merchandise, and it was unfortunate. It's an honest mistake. But
What was the stuff?
headphones, I believe.
Okay.
Beats
Yeah.
headphones, yeah.
Yeah, didn't he put a video out on that? I think I watched that.
Yeah, he did. And I've talked with him. I've met them. They literally live down the road from me, and it was unfortunate. He, it's one of those things where maybe not, but he did everything according to protocol that you could have done. So
Good.
yeah, Thomas says for $10 or $15 for Swiftwick socks, where can he
We're
sell
gonna
them?
steal some.
I'm with you, man. The
We are
sock-
not going to advocate stealing
socks. Right? The sock game is strong.
And speaking of that, somebody else asked another question about that. We'll get to it in a minute. There's a couple questions down. Similar question along that line. Kelly asked, this might be a good question for you, Chris. What game should we keep sealed up for the next 30 years? Ooh.
All of them.
All of them.
I have a feeling that the Wii's gonna make a comeback in another 10 years, and also like I wouldn't doubt to see like PlayStation 2. All the things that are crap now are going to be hot probably later, because I've always had this theory, and maybe Casey can back me up on this. Everything's generational. What we're seeing is a lot of the kids that grew up in the 80s like me, they have money, they have jobs, they have all the spare income, and they want to collect all the stuff that they had when they were a kid. And that's why Nintendo, Sega, and all that stuff is hot right now, is because of that. Once the other kids that are growing up now, 10 years ago, they're going to be looking for, the Wii stuff, the PlayStation 3 stuff. So
Right.
I don't know. I don't think it's ever going to get, I don't think it's ever going to get to the level, because back then no one thought that these things were going to be worth anything. And that's exactly what happened with old baseball cards. People just threw them away. So I don't think you're going to see crazy prices down the road unless they're rare games. But if you have games and they're sealed, you might as well keep them sealed.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have enough money to collect all the stuff that I had when I was a kid, because people are selling it for $1,000 on eBay. But there are a lot of things. I'll tell you the perfect example, and this has been 3 Christmases in a row, and I'm going to say it loud enough that she can hear me. I was in love with the little monsters in your pocket and the little muscle men. Do you know a bucket of those on eBay right now is like $100? Feel free to go check me. Literally like a buck. I'm like, I'm not paying $100 for little collectible anything.
I remember those. And Casey, a bunch of my artist friends, they redid those. They made actually different kind of ones that are out now that are just like muscle men. So that's actually making a comeback, and that's why is you can thank my artist friends for reviving that whole genre.
Nice. Yeah.
Somebody near me today, Chris, had an estate sale with a bunch of Star Trek pewter figures.
Whoa.
Yeah. They were probably Franklin Mint stuff. I don't know. I'd have to see them. Star Trek pewter doesn't ring any bells for me.
Gotcha.
So
All right.
what age? So you think when people hit 30 is when they start collecting that stuff from their childhood?
Well, yeah, I mean, I started collecting that kind of stuff when I was in my 20s, but it's all about like when you get out of the house and you have a good paying job and you have all this extra income, the nostalgia kicks in, and it's happened in every single generation from like probably the beginning of time. So you can I've always said it to all my people that watch my channel, always bank on nostalgia, because nostalgia will always win.
Sure. You can't put a price on that. That's so true. It's so funny. You're right, Chris. You leave the house, you start making all that money, and you're like, hey, wow, I want all that stuff back. You go back to your mom's house, and she's like, I got rid of all that stuff.
Yeah, my father's generation, it was all about like getting the 12-inch GI Joes from the 60s. From the 70s, it was all the people that wanted like stuff on vinyl. And from the 80s, it was like everyone that wanted the Nintendo games that they had. So you just got to play. Eventually, it might be Pokemon, it might be something down the road. Who knows? Beanie Babies might make a comeback. You never know.
Yeah,
Right?
I read an
That's so
interesting
true.
article about that Pokemon Go and that type of games now this year are like nowhere to be found. Like that fad came and went so quick, and it just crashed. It was kind of interesting, and they said because there was just too many imitators, and it just
Next weekend I did a video about they're having a Pokemon conference in the middle of Grant Park in Chicago for Pokemon players to join up. They sold them for $20 a ticket, and they sold out because it was like 1,000 tickets, and then they were on eBay for 250.
Wow.
Hey, there's a conference in Minnesota where people get together and watch on a big screen cat videos. So,
Get out of here.
Nope, I saw it the other night on a Netflix show. It's like they get together and watch funny cat videos, and they bring their cats. It's like 1,000, 1,500 people sitting there watching cat videos.
How do I capitalize on that? Geez.
I know, right?
Well,
cat videos are pretty funny though.
Here's the funny thing about cats, and it's today I was sourcing at 2 different garage sales. I found a Cat Lady game, a board game. It was about Cat Lady, and then there was actually a Cat Lady action figure that I saw too in 2 separate. So there's a need for it. There's a niche out there.
Yeah, for sure. Chris, this one might be up your alley too. Anyone familiar with the Legend of 5 Rings cards? Are they good to sell?
I don't know anything about that.
All right, well, never mind then.
I'm just sorry. I'm sure there's. You'd have to look them up by individual.
Yeah. Always Google and look on eBay for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we could just give you a fake answer, but
I think they gave the realest answer ever. I have
probably
no
shouldn't
idea.
do that. Here was my question I had. This was from Nancy, who said, "Can you?" This question comes up. Can you sell fake jeans if, and a big capital if, you put in the description that they are fake?
A big if.
If you want a Vero.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, don't
do it.
Don't do it. Don't. No.
Yeah, anything fake that you're selling is against the law, federal law, actually. So don't do it.
Oh yeah, I'll give you. Somebody described this to me years ago when I didn't know the answer to that. If you tell the jewelry store you're coming in to rob their diamond ring, are they going to be okay with it because you let them know ahead of time?
There you go. That's
the answer is no.
Yeah, don't sell fake things. If you know they're fake or suspect they're fake, don't sell them. Like there's nothing to be gained by it and everything to be lost.
Yeah, not even donate it. I mean, even throw it in the trash and destroy it if you can afford it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know some people out there are going to say, yeah, but my Goodwill or my Salvation Army, my Savers is selling it. You're right, and they shouldn't be doing it either. Actually, but they don't care, and it's on them if they get caught. And somebody wanted to make a big enough stink about it, and the federal government, they could be in a lot of trouble. They could shut them down. Yeah, they're probably not going to, but you don't want to do it because it's just you and your name and your reputation on eBay. So don't do it. If it's fake, just don't buy it. Don't sell it. Be gone, fake thing.
What about Tommy Hilfiger knockoffs? Absolutely not.
Right.
Yeah. And I've had a little experience with this. I had a Vero on the infamous RMC jeans. And for whatever reason, that brand thinks every jean that comes up on eBay is fake. If they find you, they're going to complain. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they were fake or not. They're pretty cool looking jeans. I think they're Japan or Korea. They're original. I can't remember, but and I just decided to no longer sell them because it wasn't worth dealing with the manufacturer saying, "Oh, these are fake," and that's who complained. It was the manufacturer said, "Oh, we've been told that the manufacturer thinks these are fake," and I'm like, "Well, they would know, but I don't know if it's real or not."
They must have just been fake that much, like crazy fake.
Wow,
they were pretty. They looked really cool.
Yeah.
They're good fakes.
Wow. I've heard Lacoste. There's a lot of fake Lacoste out there. I don't know if you guys ever run into that, but yeah.
I bought a bulk pallet of clothing and it had a fake Lacoste polo. The alligator's mouth like didn't even have teeth and blurring. It was bad. It was really bad. I was like, "Yep."
So it was basically a lizard.
Yeah, it was not. It was like Lacoste. It had like T at the end and T. Yeah, Lacoste is so easy. I've seen other fakes on Instagram. People have posted. It's really easy to tell. That gator should be perfect, pixelized. The teeth, the mouth, everything should be perfect. I don't have any near me right now, but
right,
it should be perfect.
That's so funny. All right, guys. Well, we've got another question or two, and then we'll probably call it a show here because I want to be respectful of everybody's time. These guys could go all night.
But we probably could actually.
This one is a favorite, and I know you guys have all run into this either on your channels or out there in the community. Brandon asked, anybody else seeing your local Goodwill jack up prices?
Yes.
That's it. That's the answer. That's it.
Good night, everybody.
Mic drop.
What about what? Okay, so you're in Southern California, right, Chris?
I'm just outside of Los Angeles, correct?
Okay, so what does that look like when they say, your Goodwills have jacked up prices? What do you mean by that? Because you said
Okay. Well, the thing is, ties used to be like $1.99. Now they're like $4.99. Like kind of just weird little things like that. Shoes used to be like $5.99. Now they're $19.99. I've seen shoes as high as $39.99. Yeah, they're crazy.
Jeez.
So like just the little things, the DVDs and VHSs, they've all stayed the same price, but it seems to be clothing, other than anything else, has been going up.
Wow.
Yeah,
and they have so much. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go Tina. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying they get unlimited supply of inventory.
Here's the most ironic thing about that. The majority of the people that go into Goodwill are buying clothes because they can't afford retail. So it's really jacked up that they're jacking up the prices. It's not even about eBay sellers going in and, wow, I got to pay a couple more dollars. It's the people that can't even afford to eat that they're really screwing.
Right.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I've seen people in the stores like talking about how much can we buy? How much do we have to put back? And then meanwhile, they've got a whole section called the Goodwill Boutique section.
Right.
Like Goodwill Boutique in one sentence? I'm confused.
We got one here at the Dunes, man. It's pretty spectacular, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna predict it on this show right now that we're gonna see within 5 years an true Hollywood story about Goodwill.
Oh, okay.
The truth behind Goodwill. You're gonna see
how much money their CEO has? Because I can tell you.
I'm talking. Yeah,
I can tell you that his summer home is here in Tampa, and I can tell you how many 10,000 square feet it is.
Wow.
So
yeah. Well, I will say I kind of have a little different take on it, and Luke and I would say the same thing. We are very fortunate. We're in a part of the country where clothing is cheap. Jeans are $5. A lot of shirts right now are even $3 in stores. Shorts are like $3 or $4. Shoes are $5. Blazers are $7. I think coats is the highest, like at $10.
Wow.
And they do have their love case and their love rack where they'll
pick
stuff
out
into it. And it never makes any sense. Like if they're pricing it based on eBay prices or Poshmark or whoever, then whoever's reading those sites doesn't know what they're doing, because you're just throwing stuff in there that makes no sense, while perfectly great items are there on the common racks that would go for more money. But I think you hit on something very important there. eBay or Goodwill's customer is not primarily resellers. Now, we probably buy a good chunk of their stuff for sure, but it is people who are usually looking for a great bargain or lower income. The store near me doesn't have a lot of people shopping it that are lower income, because this area is a higher income area. But in general, they're located in parts of town where those people are. I just think, like, I don't know, guys, it's an expensive business to run. We can talk about whether prices should be this or price should be that. We're not going to agree on that. But I just look at it like, if you're a smart business person and your cost source goes up, you're going to have to pass that on in your pricing. You're going to have to. Or else you're going to accept a lower margin. It's just really, that's your only two choices. So I look at it like if Goodwill or, if yard sales are higher price. That's something nobody talks about. When I was a kid, if you went to a yard sale with $3, you could buy the whole damn yard sale. Now it's like you go to yard sale, nothing's below $1.
I don't know about that. I'm in for California, and let me tell you, like, garage sales are all over the place, and you can still find, I would say, like 10 or 15% of the garage sales are high priced here. You can still find those good deals, Prof.
You can here too, but I'm just saying, but if you walk into a Goodwill and you talk about, all right, what's your price point to source? Let's say it's $5 or less. And I'm just using it because it applies in my case. That is the vast majority of the store in my case. Now, I'm not doing hard goods, but books would be below that. CDs would be below that. Video games, records, those would all be below that. Every piece of clothing except for a coat or a jacket virtually would be that, or something on their love rack. So I'm like, if 95% of the store is at my cost that I want to buy it for or less, what am I really complaining about here? And maybe I'm just lucky and live in the right area, but I don't know. But it's like that kind of all over North Carolina. We have 3 or 4 different Goodwill regions in the state, and even South Carolina. South Carolina is even lower. The stores over in Raleigh are like $3.50 for jeans. You know, and I think they're $3.80 or maybe they're $4 for shoes. They have this weird store over there called
Kate, we're moving to North Carolina. We can be rich.
Casey, stay out of my state. Nah, but yeah, I mean, it's just, but I think but you got to think about that. Like, and maybe it doesn't make sense to source clothes in your area. If, you know, like Atlanta is too high. You're right. Like Atlanta jeans are like $8. I'm like, oof. You know, that's just, you know.
No, Prof put on it too. I've got an Instagram follower that lives in Charleston, and the stuff that she posts is like so cheap. Jeans for $3. Yeah. Grab bags at thrift stores where it's like $10 to fill the bag with 20 shirts or whatever. Like the Carolina, we're moving. That's it. I'm done.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It's closed. State's closed.
Here in California, every Thursday they have a tag day, and it's $1 for jeans and stuff like that. So you're able to, if you know what you're doing, go on Thursday. You can really make out great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all of us people in Florida that they think have a bunch of money that don't.
Yeah, and it's funny. Somebody was saying in the chat the Carolinas are great for thrifting, but I remember a very sort of prominent FBA Amazon guy who came through the Carolinas a year or so ago, and I was reading about his exploits, and he's like, "Man, Carolina's terrible for Amazon FBA." You know, it was like that. You know, I mean, that was just what his impression was. So, you know, it's all kind of relative to what you're buying, what your model is. I mean, but you're going in a retail store. I mean, you got to expect you're going to pay some prices, and Goodwill does not, contrary to popular opinion, get all their items donated. That's not true.
Where do they fall from the sky?
No, they buy some bulk.
They do.
Oh, no,
do they really?
Yeah,
wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you like Target around here, they buy Target bulk all the time.
Wow.
Yep. So it's not all donated, just to be full disclosure. So
that's crazy. Do you think that they separate that merchandise and it's priced accordingly? So the different areas they do have distributions, and so that's kind of plays into how they're pricing too.
It's separated in the store too, Casey. Like it's got like its own. It's not as much here in Charlotte, but there's a section of North Carolina just north of here where I see like they'll have like, you know, I don't know, probably 100 feet of shelf space, you know, split out with Target bulk on it. And it's Target. It's got Target stickers all over.
Yeah, I bought stuff from there too that had Target stickers on
them.
And
they're higher priced than the rest of the hard goods and the rest of the store.
That's crazy.
So, I don't know. But anyway. Well,
long story short, they don't like us. They're going to make us pay and do your homework.
Yeah,
just don't buy it.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, there's always going to be a place to source. Garage sales aren't going anywhere. Swap meets aren't going anywhere. Even mom and pop. The best stuff I've ever found has been in mom and pop thrift stores. You don't need to go to Goodwill to make a living doing this.
100% fact.
Agree.
Yep, I agree with that one.
Mic.
Yep. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think we're going to drop the mic on this show. All right, guys. Well, listen. Thanks for everybody coming out tonight. I don't even know how many people we had. Well over 100 for most of the night. I want to thank all my guests, you guys coming out, Casey and Chris and Tino and Karin and crew who gave a shout out earlier in the video. And thanks so much, guys, for coming on and doing it. Really appreciate it. And I will leave descriptions and links to all these guys. Whatever they want me to leave a link to.
I can give you my PayPal email directly.
Wow.
just throwing it out there.
You know, but they all have channels, guys, so make sure you check all them out. I'll put that in the show notes after this process is here in a moment. And I do appreciate you guys. Want to say anything?
Yeah, I do, and I'll speak for the other two guys on this. Jason, thanks for hosting. You take the time to always do these shows, and appreciate you doing it and for having me on at least. And I know the other guys will probably agree with me on that.
Go ahead, Tino.
I just want to thank everyone for showing. Yeah.
He's speechless.
I love Tino.
I really do. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. And Jason, thanks for having me on your show. This is how I started. Just I emailed Jason, and he was like, "Hey, come on out." And I didn't even have a YouTube at the time, a YouTube channel. So Jason really inspired me to get started. So I really appreciate everyone, the host and everyone watching and the guests. So thank you all.
I want to thank Jason also. He gave me my start on YouTube also. I had a little channel and he brought me on to talk about, you know, collectibles and stuff because I've been doing this for a while. And so I really thank you guys for coming, and everyone in the chat, thank you very much for stopping by and asking questions. I really appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate it. You guys coming on. Thanks, everybody. Smash the like button before you head out. Leave us comments or questions, and be sure to check out all of these three guys' channels and other stuff, shall we say. So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for the show, guys. So take care. Have a great night.